Hello again, baseball fans. A little late night baseball here. I still call it Saturday night, but the more conventional among you would call it Sunday morning. Anyhow, it's 12:49 a.m. here on the East Coast, Los Estados Unidos. So, welcome in, or for those of you, most of you who probably will catch this after the fact. Hope you enjoy the game. So this is the Fields of Dreams League continuing. We are in May. On May 2nd of May, whatever you want to call it. So looking at the league standings, in the Wind Division, Chicos, 3-game lead on the Lehigh Lizards. In the Earth Division, Dallas with a 1-game lead. They're in front of Berlin and Manchester. In the Water Division, Hadley Lake, a comfortable 5-game lead up on Mid-Michigan and the amazing Kitsunes. And in the Fire Division, Canada, 1 game up on the Lancaster Fighting Irish. Actually, that's a tight division, this Fire Division. So Canada not running away with it this time. Hey, there's Buckshot first in and Carlos is second. Welcome in, guys. Good to see you. Told you I'd be back, and I came back. God, like a bad penny. So let's get to it. We've got Liverpool, Degens, Tampa Bay, Mid-Michigan, Cleveland, Berlin, Hagerstown, Chicos, and San Francisco, Manchester. We also have Carpathian and Vegas, but we'll just autoplay that one. There's Jamie, and Mike tells us how he pronounces Lancaster. Lancaster. Okay. Welcome in for the Tokyo edition. Absolutely. Lancastershire. There we go, says Jamie. Nice. All right, I think we'll do San Francisco and Manchester. Maybe that will draw the mighty MV out. Who knows? It's 5:31 a.m. for him. Looks like Dwayne Martz is messing about with Out of the Park 25. So keep seeing the little steam popping up there. Not sure what Dwayne's doing. Never know. So, but welcome in. So the Vampire Edition, if you will. All right, let's do this. All right, using one of the Grigsby Parks. I haven't gone about and changed anything. So, yeah, let's have a little bit of baseball fun. All right. So we need a lineup versus a lefty, and that would be this one. And I guess I've got to do this and that, and there we go. All right, let's get to the ballpark. So Nooch is the manager of this, Rob N. And right now, the San Francisco Safecrackers on a 3-game losing streak. They're in 4th place, 10 wins, 13 losses. Hey, Bernie. Welcome to Yankee Stadium for today's game between San Francisco and Manchester. Jim Bagby gets the start for San Francisco. 4 starts in the year for him. 3-1 with an earned run average of 3.26. This will be his first start against the Red Bolts. And he'll be opposed by the chairman of the board, Whitey Ford from Manchester. Ford, 2 starts in the year and 1 win, no losses with an ERA of 2.86. It is 78 degrees at game time. The wind speed 13 miles per hour out to left field. I know the lefties would like that going out to right field with this already short porch at Yankee Stadium. Let's play ball. Let's have some fun.
Play ball.
All right, looking at the starting defense for the Manchester Red Bolts, who come into this game 14 wins, 9 losses. Stan the Man Musial in left field. In center field, none other than the Commerce Comet, Mickey Mantle. And right, the man who rarely strikes out, Tony Gwynn, from first to third around the horn. At first base, the great George Sisler. At second, Paul Molitor. At shortstop, Ray Chapman. And at third, Kenny Keltner. And behind the plate and catching tonight, Brian Downing. All right, Ford has finished his warm-up pitches, and the southpaw is ready to face the top of this order. Derek Jeter steps in on the right-hand side. Jeter hitting a rather disappointing 176 with 7 runs batted in. Let's go. The 1-2 pitch to Jeter on the way. Ford lets it go. Fastball. This one bouncer to short. No problem for Chapman. Chapman fires it on to first for out number 1. George Sisler gloving that easily. All right, here's Joe Harris. Joe Harris, late of the Washington Senators. Harris hitting 500. But don't get too excited. He's only had 2 at bats. So he's 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored. Ford has the sign from Downing. Here is the wind in the 3-1 and curveball missing up high there by Whitey Ford. So Joe Harris is aboard. Harris with 11 steals from the season from which he was drafted, and stepping in now one of the monsters of all time, still the all-time doubles leader in Major League Baseball, Tris Speaker. Speaker hitting 292 with a home run in 9 runs batted in. Harris, pretty good leadoff first, 1 out, just underway here at Yankee Stadium. Ford with the 0-1. And Speaker pops this fastball on the third base side, coming in as usual, but Keltner waving him off will make the catch for out number 2. Nowhere for Joe Harris to go. All right, here's Alex Rodriguez, third baseman, hitting a healthy 375. He's got 18 runs batted in on the season. He also has 6 home runs. 6 home runs. Did we mention that? Indeed, we did. Whitey Ford deals, and there goes Harris, the throw down, and Joe Harris is caught stealing to end the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors. We've played a half inning here. The Safe Crackers, nothing, and the Red Bolts coming to bat. Looking at the starting defense for San Francisco, in left field, Hideki Matsui. In center field, the Gray Eagle, Tris Speaker. In right, the Hawk, Andre Dawson. This is a pretty good team here, huh? At first base, Joe Harris. At second, Robinson Cano. At short, Derek Jeter. At third, A-Rod. Catching, Jorge Posada. All right, Jim Bagby finishing his warm-up pitches and stepping in here. Bip Roberts, leadoff hitter, and he's the DH for Manchester. Roberts hitting 167 right now on the season. Bagby deals the count even at 2. This one a little spitball. Bounce to third. Rodriguez has to hurry his throw, and they do just get the speedy Bip Roberts by a blade of grass. All right, here's the second baseman, Paul Molitor. Molitor rather disappointing thus far in the season, hitting only 189. He has gone deep once and has 5 runs batted in. Bagby works to him, the 2-0 curveball. Fly ball, shallow center field, and Tris Speaker, who can cover a lot of real estate out there, makes the nice running catch on the way in. So 2 up, 2 down now. Tony Gwynn steps in. Gwynn riding an 8-game hitting streak. Gwynn on the season hitting a 360. Tony has a home run, 6 runs batted in. All right, Jim Bagby works. The 0-2 curveball to Gwynn. Gwynn connects. Long fly ball to right. This one off the wall. Dawson plays the carom, and Tony Gwynn picks up the 2-out double. So a runner in scoring position for the Red Bolts in the first hit in the ball game. And it brings up the native of Donora, Pennsylvania, Stan Musial. Musial hitting 259. He has 3 home runs, 19 runs batted in. Bagby with a 2-2 count. Fastball. This one grounded to third. A-Rod up with it. And they do just get Musial. Side retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We've played 1 at Yankee Stadium. No score. Our Red Sox fan joining us here for some Fields of Dreams Baseball League. So great to see you, Al. Hope all is well. Let the chat know what you're doing. Sports Time Machine joining us as well. Mike is doing a great teams type of league in Stratomatic Baseball. Do subscribe. Check that out. MV is here tonight, manager of these Red Bolts. All right. A-Rod now in the box, leading off the second. It'll be Rodriguez, Vaughn, and Posada. So A-Rod hitting 375, so having a great season thus far. Young season, of course. But 375 and 6 home runs, 18 runs batted in. All right, Downing sets the target for the chairman of the board, the 2-0 pitch. Curveball. This one, sky to left. The wind, even the wind carrying it, is not going to make that ball go anywhere but into the glove of Stan the Man. So 1 up, 1 down now for Mo Vaughn, the DH. So beloved of Red Sox fans. Mo hitting 241, 5 home runs, 15 runs batted in. Whitey Ford toes the rubber in the 2-1 pitch. Fastball, and Vaughn takes advantage of that short left field porch here in the house that Ruth built, and the Safecrackers draw first blood. So that one, just a mere 310 feet. But tomorrow, of course, back home in Massachusetts, that one is going to read like a 510-foot bomb. So 1-0 San Francisco, 1 down, and brings up the catcher Jorge Posada, batting right against the lefty Whitey Ford. Posada at a 222 clip with a home run, 3 runs batted in for him. Whitey Ford with the 0-2 delivery to Posada, and he pulled the string. Nice little change up there, and Posada just lunged at that ball and caused nothing but a mini cyclone here at Yankee Stadium. So 2 away. And it brings up Hideki Matsui, the left fielder, hitting just 203, a home run, 5 runs batted in. Whitey Ford works home to him, the 2-0 delivery, curveball, slow little roller to short, plenty of time for Chapman. He sets, he throws, and retires Matsui for out number 3. But 1 run on 1 hit, no errors. Mo Vaughn going downtown. And after 1.5, it's San Francisco 1 and the Red Bolts nothing. So, MV, it is great to see you. It's great to see everybody in here tonight. Sit back, grab a beverage, and let's just have a little bit of fun with baseball. All right. So, we're going to see George Sisler, Mickey Mantle, and Brian Downing do up the number 5, 6, 7 hitters for these Red Bolts. George Sisler hitting, I'm not surprised at all either, hitting, George is hitting 362 right now. So he's got a run batted in. So Sisler, an excellent hitter. And if Sisler gets on base, he can cause all kinds of havoc. So surprised to see Sisler so far down in the order. But MV, the manager of these Red Bolts, does things rather unconventionally. Sisler, an ideal leadoff hitter, but doing the job in the number 5 slot, it would seem. Mickey Mantle waits on deck. Jim Bagby asks for new ball. One's tossed out to him. He's rubbing it up. Here's in. Has the sign from Jorge Posada. The 1-0 delivery. Fastball to Sisler. Base hit into left field. So nice little liner there. And Sisler is aboard. So I'm just going to say last season as opposed to the season from which he was drafted. So last season for George Sisler, 37 steals can cause all kinds of havoc, as I said, on the base paths. All right, here's Mickey Mantle, batting lefty, the great switch hitter thus far in the year, hitting 256. He's got 3 home runs, 13 runs batted in. Of course, the perennial question for any manager is, do you take the bat out of the slugger's hands and send the speedy Sisler? Bagby with a check of the runner. Joe Harris playing very close to the bag. And here's the pitch. There goes Sisler with a throw down. They're not going to catch Gorgeous George. 4th stolen base of the year for George Sisler. So the potential tying run in scoring position here for the Red Bolts in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Mantle back in the box, and the 0-1 delivery. Mantle swings, high fly ball to right. Will it be deep enough? It will. A 2-run shot by Mickey Mantle, and just like that, the Red Bolts answer in the bottom of the 2nd with 2 runs of their own. That one 310 feet as well. So number 4 for the Commerce Comet, and the Red Bolts jump out to a 2-1 lead. Here's Brian Downing now. He's striding to the plate. Downing is hitting a 385 with a home run and 10 runs batted in. So see what's going on, and good chat going on here. So thank you guys joining us here at 1 a.m. Eastern. For those of you here in Los Estados Unidos. So, muchas personas, muchas gracias. Baseball en español. All right, Bagby to deal to Downing. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball, this one
Ball.
chopped foul on the third base side. And a lucky fan getting a souvenir. It's a Red Bolt souvenir, and the fan has thrown it back onto the field. A look of utter distaste and disgust. Must be a San Francisco fan there. All right, Downing back in the box. Here's the 0-2 from Bagby, and this one catches the black on the outside corner. So Jim Bagby picks up his first strikeout of the game, and here's one away for the shortstop, Ray Chapman. Chapman hitting .227. He's got 8 runs batted in and a home run. 5 stolen bases for Chapman. He does have some speed. Bagby wheels and deals. Fastball, first pitch swinging, line to left, base hit. Playing on the bounce is Matsui. So Chapman aboard, and that brings up third baseman Ken Keltner batting in the number 9 slot. Keltner, a very, very important part of the 1948 world champion Cleveland Indians. Keltner in this league hitting .259, 5 home runs, 11 runs batted in. Chapman, good lead off first, 1 away, 2-1 your score here in the bottom of the second. Bagby lets it go. And there goes Chapman. The throw down by Posada is in time. So caught stealing. So Keltner now batting with the bases empty. May have been an ill-timed steal there. Keltner, pretty good hitter. So again, going back to that question, do you take the bat out of the hands? And in that case, it happened. All right, 1-0 delivery to Keltner. Fastball. This one popped in the infield. Robbie Cano has it all the way. But the damage has been done. So 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors. We've played 2 here at Yankee Stadium. And the score, Manchester 2 and San Francisco 1. As, hey, David Lando joining us here tonight at the ballpark. Awesome. Great to see you, David. Russ has just got home from dinner. Great surprise having Beatles doing a late night Fields of Dreams broadcast. Thank you, Bernie. Appreciate it. Having fun doing it. All right. Here is one of my favorite modern players, Andre the Hawk Dawson. So Andre, though, hitting a rather disappointing .211, home run, 8 runs batted in. So a little off pace from last season. All right. Whitey Ford thus far with a strikeout and a walk and a 1-run lead. Here's the wind and the 2-0 pitch. And the curveball is gone. So Andre Dawson says, all right, I can play that game. And we are tied here in the top of the third. Second home run for Andre Dawson in this season. That one traveling about 350 feet, according to the game. But we know that's wrong because Yankee Stadium is much deeper than that. But these parks are not geo-referenced as they are in out-of-the-park baseball. So we'll pretend, rather, that it went 470 feet. Anyhow, Dawson goes yard, and we are tied. All right, here's Robbie Cano. Cano hitting at a .247 clip. He has yet to hit a home run this season. He has batted in 9, however. All right, Whitey Ford with the 0-2. Fastball, long fly ball to center field. Mantle back on this ball and gets it about 10 feet short of the track. 1 down. So Cano gave it a ride, still looking for that first dinger. Back at the top of the order now in Hall of Fame shortstop Derek Jeter. Jeter grounded out to Ray Chapman at short back in the first. Downing sets up just a little bit on the inside corner. We'll see what he and Ford have up their collective sleeves. Jeter swings in the first pitch, fastball, long fly ball to left. Musial's got to play it off the wall in left, and Jeter able to get around on that ball, cranking it out to deep left, and gets himself 5th double of the year. All right, here's Joe Harris now. Joe Harris walked back in the first. Whitey Ford with the 0-2 delivery. Change up to Harris, bounding ball to short. Chapman looks Jeter back. Fires on DeCicel to retire Joe Harris. So 2 out, runner in scoring position for San Francisco and a run in here in the third as Dwayne Martz once again fires up out of the park baseball 25. All right. And here comes the Gray Eagle. Speaker popped to third back in the first. Jeter leads off second, 2 away. The 0-1 pitch. Curveball to Speaker. This one lined hard but foul on the first base side. This one making the seats. Speaker back in there now. Ford winds and goes. The 0-2 pitch. This one rocketed to left. Easily an RBI double for Speaker. So Jeter comes in to score. Speaker picks up the RBI and his 11th double of the year. And San Francisco back out in the lead now, 3-2. It looks like we're going to have a good seesaw game here. A-Rod fly to deep left back in the second. Now digs in. Speaker eyeing third. Into his crouch. He's a good way off third, too. Ford peers over his left shoulder, checks the runner, looks home, has the sign from Brian Downing. 2-2 count. Curveball. This one grounded to third. Keltner, in plenty of time, makes the catch to retire the side. But 2 San Francisco runs on 3 hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the third. San Francisco 3, Manchester 2. Welcome in to D. Scott Howard. Welcome to Ballpark. It's good to see you, my friend. Always good to see D. Scott Howard. Got to finally, after all these years, since I've been coming on YouTube and doing this, finally got to hear D. Scott Howard speak the other night. He's such a dear friend and everything. It's just great to hear him talk. There's a man that knows his baseball. All right, here's Bip Roberts now. So Bip Roberts, we're back at the top of the order here for these Red Bolts. He grounded to third back in the first. So key for San Francisco is going to be keeping a couple of these runners off base. There's some speed on this Manchester side. Namingly, really, Roberts and Sisler, some serious speed. Mantle can get it pumping too when need be. All right, Jim Bagby ready to go. Here's the 0-1. Curveball inside, and Bip Roberts will go to first base. So little curve there. I think that one just got away from Bagby. Certainly you don't want to put the tying run on. All right, here's Paul Molitor now. Molitor 0 for 1. Just a little blooper to shallow left center that happened to land in the glove of Hideki Matsui. All right, so Bip Roberts, let's look at him as a base stealer. 21 steals last season. Just 1 thus far this season. So Roberts looking at second. Bagby looking at Roberts. Comes home now, throws over. And Roberts back. So Bagby, a pretty good move there at first. Roberts into his lead again. Bagby to deal. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball. Skied to center. Speaker back. Covering a lot of acreage out there. Makes the catch. And Mr. Roberts does not want to touch the arm of Mr. Speaker. So 1 away. Brings up Tony Gwynn. Tony Gwynn with that big double back in the first. Bagby brings it home. 0-1 pitch. Curveball laced up the middle. Base hit. Roberts will hold at second. Was thinking about third, but the stop sign went up quickly. So they're calling that a poor play on Jeter. I'm not quite sure that's fair. Got under the webbing of the glove, but Jeter, pretty decent range out there, just unable to get to the ball. All right, Stan Musial now batting with 2 on and 1 out. Grounded to third back in the first. Bagby deals the 0-2 delivery. Fastball to Musial. This time a bounding ball to short. This time Derek Jeter with the bona fide error. So that's his 3rd of the season. And the bases are loaded with Red Bolts. And it brings up the great George Sisler. Singled to left back in the second. So the Red Bolts hoping that there's another at least single in the bat of George Sisler. So Bip Roberts is at third, Tony Gwynn at second, and Stan Musial at first. And what do you do with George Sisler? Well, you hope you're going to either get a double play ball or at least strike this guy out. Bagby deals from the stretch in the 0-1. Fastball to Sisler. Long fly ball to left. Back on it is Matsui tagging at third and coming in to score. The tying run is Bip Roberts. So we're back to a 3-3 tie. San Francisco showing up to play some baseball here, but Manchester asking no quarter and granting none. All right, Tony Gwynn at second, trailing him as Musial at first, brings up Mick. So the big Mick hit a 310-foot 2-run homer back in the second that gave Manchester a short-lived lead. Bagby deals the 3-0 pitch. Spitball to Mantle, And Mantle says, I'm not even going to move the bat off my shoulder. Bases loaded once again for Brian Downing. So Brian Downing, with 12 home runs last season, just won this one. A chance for him to clear the bases and bust this one wide open. 2 away. Downing struck out his last time up. Bagby from the stretch and the 1-2 pitch. Fastball and opportunity wasted. So 1 run from the Red Bolts is all they could manage from a bases loaded situation twice. 1 hit, 1 error. We go to the top of the 4th here at Old Yankee Stadium, and we are knotted at 3. All right. So good to see everybody, greeting everybody here. And Mr. Red Sox fan, we got to get you on here some night, man. Like we did before, it was a lot of fun. In fact, I'm going to put the link in the chat if anybody feels like coming on mic and chin wagging some baseball while we do this. You are more than welcome. Just type in green room so I know you're there or something, or hey you. And by the way, for those of you like myself that are Irish or half Irish or whatever, it is now the Feast of St. Patrick. All right. Mo Vaughn leads things off here for San Francisco. The number 5, 6, 7 hitters due up: Vaughn, Posada, and Matsui. So Mo Vaughn, solo shot back in the 2nd that gave San Francisco a short-lived lead. All right, here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball to Vaughn. Routine fly ball to center field. Mantle ranging a bit to his left. Will glove it for out number 1. Thank you, Al Red Sox fan. And in 2 days, I get to celebrate again on the 19th because it's the feast of the patron saint of Italy. And Al is half Italian, and I'm half Italian. So that'll be the Feast of St. Joseph on March 19th. So, yeah, it's great to be Irish and Italian all at the same time. All right, 1 away, and here's Jorge Posada. Posada, 0-for-1. He struck out back in the 2nd inning. Whitey Ford winds and deals. 0-1, fastball, deep fly ball to center, but Mickey Mantle tracks it down. Good range out there and an excellent arm for the mix. So 2 away now, and it brings up Hideki Matsui. And so Al, he says he's all Italian there. He's making no bones about it. He's not a Mick. So my good friends, I let them get away. They call me a McDego. So there you are. I'm a McDego. All right. Matsui grounded to short back in the 2nd. I just always tell them, look, you have your choice. I can shoot you or get drunk, then shoot you. So whichever. All right. Whitey Ford with the 2-2 pitch. Coming to Matsui, fastball, cut on, and ranging far to his right is Chapman. Barehands it and fires on to Sisler for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. So we've played 3.5 here at Yankee Stadium. Pardon me, and we are knotted at 3 as Ray Chapman strides to the plate. To be Chapman, Keltner, and the top of the order, and Bip Roberts for the Manchester Red Bolts. All right. So Chapman in the game signaled to left. Al, did you pick up out of the park baseball 25? Jim Bagby, the 0-1 pitch, fastball, but not a problem for Tris Speaker. So pulls that in easily, out number 1. Speaker had to go a little ways. Don't let that perspective fool you. Speaker can cover ground. In fact, it was said that when Speaker played in center field, he played just in very shallow center and would go back a lot on balls. So could really, really cover. Ty Cobb called him just one of the greatest you ever seen. Of course, he and Cobb were also great friends and probably both members of the Klan, but nonetheless, great baseball players. Kenny Keltner popped to second back in the 2nd. The 0-2 pitch, fastball, cut on, and nice play by Jeter showing some range there. Fires hard onto Joe Harris, and that retires Mr. Keltner. Back at the top of the Manchester order now, and Bip Roberts. Roberts was hit by a pitch back in the 3rd, a little curveball by Jim Bagby. Jim Bagby rubbing up the ball, has the sign for Posada, and he lets it go. The count full on Roberts. Curveball, and this one missing a bit outside, and Roberts draws the walk. Paul Molitor now is going to try to bring him home. He's flown out twice, last time to deep center. Bagby deals. Fastball and a little dribble up the first base line. Harris will underhand to Bagby covering to retire the side. We go to the top of the 5th inning, and we are knotted at 3. Manchester playing in, looking for a possible bunt here from Andre Dawson. So pretty interesting considering that Dawson rocketed one out of here to center field back in the 3rd. So Andre 1 for 1. Kellner in at 3rd, Sisler in at 1st. Interesting strategy here by the Manchester Red Bulls. Whitey Ford comes to the belt, and he lets it go. And the Hawk cuts on this first pitch, fastball, and just a harmless little fly ball out into left field. So 1 up, 1 down now for Robinson Cano. Cano gave it a ride to deep left center back in the 3rd. Ford with the 1-2 toss and fastball in there. So that one might have been just off the plate. Looks like he might have chased a little bit. So 2 away, and it brings up Derek Jeter. So Jeter, in addition to an error, has grounded to short and had a double back in the 3rd. Whitey Ford brings it. Count 2-2. Curveball in there. So strikeout number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. So 3 strikeouts for the chairman of the board. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Tony Gwynn will lead things off, followed by Stan Musial and George Sisler, the heart of the order for these Manchester Red Bulls. So 2 for 2 for Tony Gwynn today. He has doubled and singled. Bagby ready to deal. Here's the pitch. Gwynn swings on this one. And this was an easy unassisted, but we have an injury. Tony Gwynn is out of the game. That hurts. So we will see who or what will happen with Tony Gwynn or who will replace for him. All right, here's Stan Musial. He was safe in an error back in the 3rd. Dwayne Martz. Yeah, I did, Al. I was one of the beta testers and got it, and I love it. Love it. The player development is awesome. Animation, the whole game runs more smoothly this year. There's some additional animations. But the player development thing, I'm really excited about that. And there's Dwayne firing up out of the park 25 again, but this time also joining us in the broadcast. You mean I'll have the are you talking about the workshop stuff, Al? Yes, they have. So this is the earliest I think the game's ever been released, and all of Mike Silva's hard work is up there. So I would jump on it, man, because the game's going to go to $49.99 after this weekend. So you might want to pick it up, Al. It's really worth it. It's superb, and the screen filters are a lot of fun, my friend. Yeah, I'll be glad to help you, Dwayne. Sure. As I see you've tried to get on Out of the Park 25 like 5 times during this broadcast, so be glad to help you, my friend. All right, where are we? 1 out, and here's Stan Musial batting with the bases empty. Stan the man, again, was safe in an error last time up. Bagby with a 2-0 pitch. Curveball, and this one right between Cano and Harris for a base hit. So Stan Musial aboard, and that brings up gorgeous George Sisler. Musial has occasional speed, so we'll see if a possible hit and run is in the offing here. Bagby ready to deal. The 0-1 pitch. There goes Musial. Posada up and gunning, and he's not going to get Stan. So he picks up his first stolen base of the season. I just felt something was going to come up, and there it was. So Musial now in scoring position, potential go-ahead run on here in the bottom of the 5th. All right, lefty Sisler back in the box, and the 1-1 pitch. Fastball swung on, dribbler up to first, and Harris gets it as it was riding along the line, and he will win the race, just win the race against Sisler, and moving to 3rd on the play is Stan Musial. 2 down, and here's Mickey Mantle. He's already gone yard once, and he walked back in the 3rd. Bagby from the stretch, and the 1-2 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. All right. So we head on to the top of the 6th inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 5 in the books here, and we are knotted at 3. So we had an injury in the game. And let's see. Perhaps I've missed something. Milton Bradley is now playing right field for the Manchester Red Bolts, as Manchester says FFS. And we know what that means. Oh, you're most welcome, Dwayne. All right. So again, the link is up there if somebody wants to come on. And if you don't, you're just enjoying, that's cool too. All right. Joe Harris is nothing for 1. He's walked and grounded to short. Whitey Ford deals to him. 0-2, fastball. Oh, what a diving stop by Chapman. Chapman fires on to Sisler with a long stretch, picks that one up out of the dirt. So great play on both ends of that 6-3 put out. 7th great play of the season for Ray Chapman. Ray Chapman, of course, can play baseball in perpetuity here in Fields of Dreams Baseball. We know his story in 1920. And here is Speaker RBI double that scored Derek Jeter back in the 3rd. That gave San Francisco its 3rd run. All right, Ford with a 1-1. Speaker sends his fastball to right field. Bradley back toward the wall. He'll pull it down. Can of corn, 2 away for A-Rod. Rodriguez has flown out and grounded out. Ford toes the rubber. The 3-1 change up. And he doesn't fool Rodriguez with that. 2nd walk issued by the chairman of the board. Potential go-ahead run now aboard for the San Francisco Safecrackers. Mo Vaughn now comes up. Mo Vaughn, he is looking at that tantalizingly short right field porch, and why not? Because he homered in that area, 310 feet back in the 2nd. It's the first run of the ball game. That happened for San Francisco. So Vaughn looking to bust things open. I think the big story thus far, Manchester wasting 2 bases loaded situations in the same inning. Whitey Ford lets it go. There goes Rodriguez. The throw down is not in time. A-Rod steals base number 4, perhaps having some memories of Madonna. Who knows? Mo Vaughn back in the box now, the big lefty. Here's the 1-0 delivery to Vaughn. Changeup, and Whitey Ford missing on the changeup again. That is his 3rd walk. So we have a former Yankee and a former Scarlet Hose on board, or on the bases. And here's Jorge Posada. Posada nothing for 2. So can the Yankee bring in the former Yankee and former Red Sox? We shall see. Whitey Ford having some control problems out there on the mound. The 3-1 pitch to Posada, and this one misses. Oh, my, oh, my, oh, my. So San Francisco has them loaded. So to this point in the game, San Francisco has only stranded 1. The Red Bolts stranding 6. All right. Can Hideki Matsui take advantage of a bases-loaded situation? Granted, 2 down, but Whitey Ford having some trouble here uncharacteristically. So trying to find the strike zone. Whitey Ford, thus far in the season, has walked 8 batters, struck out 11. Today he's walked 4, struck out 3. So Ford needs to make a big pitch right here, obviously. From the stretch, and the 2-1 pitch to Matsui. Curveball, and this one gets away from Downing. They're going to score this one a pass ball. So a little gift there by Brian Downing gives the San Francisco Safecrackers a 4-3 lead here in the top of the 6th. Runners move up on the play. Mo Vaughn at 3rd, Posada at 2nd. Matsui back in. First base is open, and Andre Dawson is on deck. Dawson already homered in this game. So they want to get Matsui here, I think. 3-1 to Matsui. Fastball misses. Allow, of course we are, because we've changed our rules. So Tom Mauser will come in to pitch. Whitey Ford's day is done. Let's look at Tim Mauser's numbers on the year thus far. An 8.59 earned run average. He has 1 win, no losses, a save. He's worked 7 1/3, given up 14 hits. He has walked 5, struck out 1 batter, a whip, an ungodly 2.591, and the league hitting .424 against Tim Mauser. So the story is we have San Francisco loading up the bases, and Andre Dawson 1 for 2. Mauser now signals he is ready to go. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball, Dawson, base hit left field. In to score is Vaughn. Rounding third is Posada. Musial gets the ball into the infield. 2 runs will score, and San Francisco now with some padding here. It is 6-3. 2 on. Hideki Matsui at second, and trailing him, the Hawk at first, and it brings up Robinson Cano. Cano has flown out and struck out. Cano still looking for his first home run of the season. And Mauser ready to deal. The 2-2 pitch. Curveball to Cano. Hard grounder to third. Keltner up with it. The long throw across to Sisler. And that will finally end the inning. But 3 runs on 1 hit. No errors. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is San Francisco 6 and Manchester 3. MV says, tell someone outside the ballpark that a ball is coming. Mauser on the mound. All right. I guess not one of your keepers, MV. All right. Here's Brian Downing. So that pass ball kind of opened that little mini floodgate here in the top of the 6th. Can Downing redeem himself here? Downing thus far today has struck out twice. So not the best performance for him. Jim Bagby, looking at his line thus far, he has fanned 3 and walked 2. All right, Bagby into his motion and the 1-2. Fastball. Downing sends this down to left field toward the line. Matsui will track it down and put it in the glove. So 1 up, 1 down. Not a keeper, he says. Not a keeper. All right, here is Ray Chapman. So good to have Ray Chapman playing. Ray is singled to left, and he has flown out. All right, Jorge Posada. Looks like Bagby shakes him off. Now has one he likes. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball. Chapman grounds it to Jeter at short. Jeter getting down to that ball pretty quickly and fires across barehanded to Joe Harris. So 2 away, and it brings up Ken Keltner. Keltner's popped a second, grounded to short, so Keltner would like to at least get something out of the infield tonight. Bagby with the 1-1. Change up to Keltner, and that's not going to happen this time. Jeter, quick throw, and just does nab Keltner. So they go quietly. We go to the top of the 7th. San Francisco with a 6-3 lead. San Francisco 6-5-1, 3 left on base. And Manchester 3-6-0. And 6 left on. Derek Jeter will lead things off. We're back at the top of the order now for these Safe Crackers. It'll be followed by Joe Harris and Tris Speaker. Jeter in this game has grounded out, doubled, and struck out. Milton Bradley, of course, in there in right field for the injured Tony Gwynn. We'll see how long he'll be out after this game. Mauser, the 0-2 pitch. Fastball drilled up the middle, base hit. There was no way Mahler was going to get to that ball. So Jeter is aboard, and it brings up Joe Harris. Joe Harris has walked and grounded to short twice. Jeter, good lead off first. He's going to try to unnerve Mauser a little bit. Mauser checks the runner, the 0-2 to Harris. Curveball gets away from Downing, and it's a wild pitch, and they're not going to get Jeter. So Downing, can't really blame that on him, but he does get to the ball. But gutsy move, throws back to try to get Jeter. Jeter already in there with the steal, but chancy work there. So Mauser, the battery not doing very well here for Manchester, to say the least, and the obvious. Harris back in the box now, and here's the 1-2 delivery. Fastball to Joe Harris, fly ball. The Mick coming in and makes the catch. Diving, full extension, and pulls it in. Great play, number 5 for the Commerce Comet. 1 away, big catch there. Mandel doesn't get to that. Jeter scores easily. Here comes Speaker, 1 for 3. RBI double back in the third for him that scored Derek Jeter. He flew out to right his last time up. Mauser, the 2-0 delivery to the Gray Eagle. Fastball drilled deep to second. Molitor up with it across to Sisler for the 4-3 putout. So 2 away, moving to third on the plate is Jeter. And there's Dwayne Martz out of the park baseball, 24 this time. So it's making me count back and forth, Dwayne. He says, MV talking about Mauser. He says, not a keeper, not even a sleeper, but he is a bleep, 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 bleeping of a liability bleeper of a pitcher. The one thing I always love about MV is he's very reserved, isn't he? Was it last year when you were talking about Snuffy Sternweiss and somebody asked you to make a comment and you said, I've always hated Sternweiss. I hate Sternweiss, and I will always hate Snuffy Sternweiss. So we love it. MV will always be reserved. You kind of have to coax it out of him. All right. Here's A-Rod batting with the bases, with a runner on, just 90 feet away, potential 7th run. But A-Rod, 0 for 2. He did walk back in the 6th when Whitey Ford started having some control problems that led to that 3-run 6th, giving San Francisco this lead. Mauser from the stretch in the 1-1 pitch. They're going to intentionally walk A-Rod to get to Mo Vaughn. So Mo Vaughn homered way back in the 2nd. He's flown out and walked. So, again, interesting choice to walk Rodriguez to get to somebody who's already homered in the game. Mauser from the stretch in the 0-1 to Mo Vaughn. Curveball, and Vaughn dribbles this one to short. Chapman's going to be close at first, and Mo Vaughn is safe. Mo Vaughn is safe. Derek Jeter scores, and the Safe Crackers now with a safer margin, as Ernie Harwell would say. It is 7-3. Let me see. Dwayne says, trying to figure out how to change the resolution on Out of the Park 25. Oh, okay. That's why you keep going back and forth. All right. I thought you were trying to make the two jealous of one another. There's something 25, 24. We'll see what we can do, Dwayne. All right. Where are we? So 2 on, 2 out, and here's Jorge Posada, who is nothing for 2. Walked his last time up. A-Rod at second, Mo Vaughn at first. One more run in here for San Francisco. 7-3 your score. San Francisco also out hitting Manchester 7-6. And out erroring them 1-0. All right, Mauser. Wait, Downing out to have a quick word with Tim Mauser. Mauser ready to bring it home now. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball to Posada. Routine fly ball, center field. Mickey Mantle tracks it down. Middle of the 7th. It is 7-3. All right, welcome back now to after the final strains of the chorus to take me out to the ball game. And we head to the bottom of the 7th inning, and Bip Roberts will lead things off here for the Red Bulls. They got some work to do here. Safe Crackers looking to pull within 2 under 500. Red Bolts looking to avoid entering double digits in losses. Bip Roberts has been on the bases a couple times. He's been walked and hit by a pitch. All right, so Bagby thus far still looking pretty strong out there on the mound. 90 pitches thus far for Jim Bagby. He's good for 150. The average on his fastball is about 85, and we're seeing here in the last 5 pitches he's keeping it around rounded up to 85. So Bagby looking strong out there. All right, Bip Roberts digs in on the left-hand side, and Bagby deals Roberts cuts on the first pitch. Fastball lofted to left. Not a problem for Matsui. He kind of walks to the ball. Nonchalantly gloves it for out number 1. Here's Paul Molitor now. Molitor has grounded out to first his last time up. Bagby toes the rubber, lets it go. The 1-2 pitch. Spitball in there. Called strike just below the belt. Bagby picks up K number 4. And as he fiddles about with the rosin bag, Milton Bradley steps to the plate. Bradley, his first official appearance in this game, in for the injured Tony Gwynn. So Milton Bradley, what's he doing on the year thus far? So he's hitting an even 300 with a run batted in and 2 runs scored. Bases empty, 2-away, bottom of the 7th, 7-3 in favor of San Francisco. The 1-1 pitch, fastball, cut on, long fly ball to right, but Dawson making the catch out there. And nothing across for the Red Bolts there in the 7th. We go to the 8th, and Safecrackers enjoying a 4-run lead right now, 7-3. And Chris Slovic, haven't seen him in a hell of a long time. He says just started his next baseball project. Do let us know what it is, Chris. Let us know, man. Christopher Slovic, he's a Pittsburgh bro. So Chris always has some interesting. Chris, did you pick up Out of the Park 25? Asking that of all the Out of the Park fans here. You should get it. The game's excellent this year. Huge new thing in the player development thing. And the game's going to be $50, so you might want to get it now while it's 30% off. Half-ass baseball. Every franchise representative that win 81 and 81. Nice. All right, and it's on Out of the Park 25. So Christopher Slovic joining the ranks of ATP 25. Love it. 5-20 baseball. Señores and señores. Stadium. All right, back to English here. Hideki Matsui has grounded out twice. He walked his last time up. Mauser still in there in relief, so kind of surprising. He's worked an inning and a third to not much acclaim. The count, 1 ball, no strikes. Fastball to Matsui. Matsui tags this one off the wall. Bradley playing the carom perfectly, though. Matsui picks up his 4th double of the season, and potential 8th run for San Francisco is in scoring position. Brings up the Hawk. He is responsible for 3 of the 7 San Francisco runs. So Dawson with the solo shot back in the 3rd and an RBI in the 6th, 2 RBI single that scored Movan and Jorge Posada. So Matsui at 2nd, conservative lead for him, nobody out. Mauser could be in some trouble here, baseball fans. The count full on Dawson. Here's the pitch. Fastball up the middle, but Molitor cuts it off nicely and able to fire onto George Sisler. And Mauser is tired, or rather he's reached his expected pitch count. So Matsui moves to 3rd on the play, 1 away for Robinson Cano. So this big bat, pretty quiet all season. And Manchester hoping it doesn't heat up right now. So Mike kindly offering to help Dwayne. So he says, ping him on Discord. So awesome. What a great community we have here. Way to go, Mike. All right. Of course, Dwayne Martz doing 2 amazing projects right now. The 1978 replay using APA Master Cards and Dice and Digital Diamond Companion doing Yankees Braves. And then also his World Series project. And hopefully he'll be starting that now on or moving that over to Out of the Park 25. And he's right now doing the 1906 World Series. Can the hitless wonder Chicago White Sox repeat and win the series again? They face an extremely tough 1906 Cubs team that year. Cubs were heavily favored to win. But the White Sox, through pitching and largely through the pitching of Ed Walsh, able to shut down that very powerful Cubbies team in 1906. So do follow that. It's a lot of fun. All right. So Mauser works from the stretch. The 0-2 pitch to Cano. Does Cano come through? No, great play by Molitor. So the run will score. Matsui comes in, but nice play by Molitor. That one was a screamer. But able to stop it and get it onto Sisler for the putout. But another run scores for San Francisco. It is now 8-3. And here's Derek Jeter. Jeter, 2 for 2. He has doubled and singled. All right. Base is empty. Mauser looks like his arm might be falling off, but Manchester not yanking him at this point. Taking one for the team. Here's the 1-1. Change up to Jeter. Long fly ball to left. This one is high. And you can kiss it goodbye. Open the window, Aunt Minnie, as Derek Jeter takes the grand tour. And he hits his first home run of the season. It is 9-3. All right, here's Joe Harris. He's flown out his last time up. The only time he's been on base was a walk back in the first. Mauser's still in there. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Curveball, base hit. This one passed Chapman and short into left field. And finally, we're going to see a pitching change. Pedro Martinez will come in to pitch. All right. Let's look at Pedro's line here. So this would be the other Pedro, of course. A 3.86 earned run average, no wins, 1 loss, 18 2/3 pitched, 14 hits surrendered, 2 home runs, 13 walks, 9 strikeouts, but a much better whip, 1.446, league hitting 206. So I'm guessing with this Red Bolts 14-9 record that this the bullpen not getting a lot of work, and that's probably a good thing. But we'll see. She's not over yet, but 6-run deficit right now. All right, Tris Speaker 1 for 4, including an RBI in this game. Martinez with the 2-0. Curveball, and Harris was off at the pitch. The hit and run was on. Speaker in there, and Harris scores all the way from first. And San Francisco enters the double digits and now leads 10-3. So that's the second double for Tris Speaker today and his second RBI double in the game. So number 12 on the season. Brings up A-Rod now. A-Rod was intentionally walked back in the 7th. He's walked twice in this game. 2 away, and here we go again. So as it happened in the 6th after 2 outs, 3 runs posted by San Francisco and 3 more here in the 8th. Be right back. 1 second, guys. As MV says, MV and the rest of the boys have exited the stadium. This way to the grand egress. All right. Speaker at second, 2 away. Martinez with a 3-2 pitch to A-Rod. Fastball drilled back to the mound, and Martinez fielding it beautifully. But 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors. We played 7.5. And it is San Francisco 10 and Manchester 3. And Musial leads it off. Little grounder. Cano in plenty of time will fire on to Joe Harris. 1 away. All right, here's George Sisler. Sisler has himself an RBI in this game as a sacrifice back in the 3rd that scored Bip Roberts. Bagby deals the 1-1 pitch. Fastball lined into right base hit. Dawson up with it. Not much for these Red Bull fans to cheer about. Sisler trying to get something going here. Sisler with a stolen base in this game. And here's Mickey Mantle with a home run. Mick last time struck out. Bagby keeping a close eye on George Sisler. Wouldn't be surprised to see him go here. The 1-2 pitch. The runner does not go. Fastball popped on the infield. Cano and Harris calling for it. Harris waving off Cano, and he will make the catch. So 2 away. Brings up Brian Downing. Brian Downing still looking for redemption. Bagby deals. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Curveball cut on, grounded to short, and Jeter will go to Cano to cut down Sisler. We go to the 9th, and it's the San Francisco Safecrackers 10 and the Manchester Red Bolts 3. Mo Vaughn will lead things off. The number 5, 6, 7 hitters due up for San Francisco. Vaughn, Posada, and Matsui. Mo Vaughn with an RBI single infield back in the 7th that scored Derek Jeter. Pedro Martinez with the count full. Little dribbler to second. Molitor over to Sisler for out number 1. Martinez now deals to Posada, and that one in there. Called strike on the inside corner. So 2 away. When we go to the Manchester 9th, we will see Chapman, Keltner, and Roberts. All right, Matsui in the game now. He is 1 for 3, doubled back in the 8th. Martinez with the 0-1 delivery. Fastball. This one drilled to left, back on it. Short, just short of the track. Stan Musial to make the catch route number 3. We head to the bottom of the 9th. Will the Safecrackers go to 11 and 13? Or will the Red Bolts somehow do some alchemy? All right. Ray Chapman, 1 for 3 with a single. Jim Bagby looking for a complete game win here. Chapman swings in the first pitch. Routine grounder to third. Rodriguez in one smooth, easy motion fires to Joe Harris for out number 1. All right. Ken Keltner now digs in. Keltner trying to get it going here for these Red Bolts. 2-2 pitch. Fly ball center field. Speaker back on it. And that will be out number 2. It's down to Bip Roberts. Can Roberts do something? He's been on base twice today, but hit by pitch and walked. Bagby deals the 1-2 pitch to Roberts. Curveball in there. And mercifully, this one is over, and the Safecrackers take this one from the Red Bolts. Let's look at our game recap here. San Francisco does indeed improve to 11 wins and 13 losses, 10 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. Manchester falls to 14 and 10, 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. So highlights for the Manchester Red Bolts. Mickey Mantle goes 1 for 3 with a home run, 2 runs batted in. George Sisler, 2 for 3 and a stolen base. Derek Jeter had a big day, 3 for 5, a home run and a double. Mo Vaughn went 2 for 4, a home run and 2 runs batted in. Andre Dawson, 2 for 4, a home run and 3 batted in. Jim Bagby gets the win. He goes to 4-1. Whitey Ford tagged with the loss. He goes to 1-1. So 4 home runs hit in this game, 3 by San Francisco and 1 by the Red Bolts. Let's have a quick look at the pitching here. Bagby went the distance, 9 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned. Gave up a home run, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. So his ERA now at 2.97. Whitey Ford, pardon me, 5 2/3, 4 hits, 6 runs, all earned, 2 home runs, 5 walks, 3 strikeouts, ERA at 4.23 for the chairman of the board. Tim Mauser came in, worked 2 rather disastrous innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, all earned. Gave up a tater, a walk, didn't strike out anybody in the ERA of 10.61. You see something here? The other Pedro Martinez, 1 1/3 innings, 1 hit, 1 strikeout. Player of the game, this is going to be a fun one. I'm guessing Andre Dawson, but it's probably going to be Jim Bagby. Jim Bagby. Be back in 1 minute, guys. All right. So, Al, thanks for coming in tonight. Red Bull's getting their wings clipped. My goodness, yes. All right. Once again, sorry I'm getting a message here, guys. Be right back. All right. Thank you very much. So, we're going to go ahead and auto out the rest of the games here for today. And then we're going to pass it off. Oh, my goodness. And I've got a code that is, pardon me again. The last vestiges, just holding on. So not much of a voice left here. All right. D-Gens and Liverpool. Liverpool 10 and 12. D-Gens at 10 and 14. Here we go. Liverpool edges the D-Gens 2-1. What do we got here? So 11 inning fair. And Eddie Plank gets the win. Addy Joss the loss. Joey Votto goes 2 for 5 and hits his 7th home run. All right. Cleveland and Berlin. And this one goes to Berlin 3-1. Perez gets the win. Ed Walsh takes the loss. And Vern Stevens goes 1 for 2, stolen base and a walk. Hagerstown and the Chicos. And this one goes to Hagerstown. Pardon me, 5-3. Freddie Shoop gets the win. Don Sutton takes the loss. Joe Adcock goes 2 for 4 and hits his 5th home run. All right. Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay having a rough season, 9 and 16, facing Mid-Michigan. Tampa Bay does this one 5-1. Tim Lincecum gets the win. Pardon me, Bob Gibson takes the loss. Sims goes 1 for 5 with a home run. And finally, oh my God, this cough is killing me. All right, sorry guys. And let me see. Oh my goodness. Vegas wallops Carpathian 10-1. So, guys, obviously dying here. So I'm going to go ahead, get this zipped up, and just quickly say thank you to everybody. And we'll see you next time. All right, good night.